The Ben Heck Show is brought to you by Element 14, the electronic design community and online store built for engineers and hobbyists alike. Join now and browse the store at element14.com.
In the year 2000, Ben Heckendorn built his first mod.
We can rebuild it. Smaller, better, portable.
Since then, he has continued his work, helping those in need with creative new projects. If you've got an idea you'd like to see built, why not send it to the Ben Heck Show?
Hello and welcome back to the Ben Heck Show. As you can see by my shirt, we'd like to congratulate Darren of Hack5 for winning the Hack5 Challenge for the best PC case mod. I'd also like to state that Virginia is a great place for your next company outing. It's also good for lovers. Experience all the lakes they have. I'm sure there's at least 3 or 4 of them. And you can also enjoy their many amenities. After we finished the Hack5 LAN Computer Challenge, I went back and finished up the baby rocker seat. So we have it here full size with an actual car seat that I picked it up alongside the road. Anyway, so we've got the ADK running it here, and it's doing some rocking motion. The servo, it's actually the small little $10 robot shop servo, but it's moving it. Let's see how much weight it can take. Let's simulate a baby. And as the baby grew, its weight increased. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. I didn't think that servo would have enough power to move added weight, but apparently it does. So yeah, we're kind of scaling this up. So maybe in the future we'll get all the tilting working, but looks like the concept works, you know, or auto rocking a baby seat using data from the Google ADK.
This will be the coldest napkin ever.
Gosh, I wonder where Alyson is. She's like 3 minutes late, almost 4 minutes late. I probably should have a talk to that girl about punctuality and other things of good etiquette. What happened?
They done got me. It was a long time ago this morning on my way to work. There I was, just riding my bicycle. There's all these moving cars on the left, all these parked cars on the right, and well, one of them threw their car door open, and the next thing I knew, it was just pain. It was a good thing I was wearing my helmet, because wearing a helmet reduces your risk of death in a bicycle accident by 85%, and dying's bad. They say that you're supposed to stay 3 feet away from the parked cars so they can't door you, but how am I supposed to do that with my eyeballs?
Perhaps we could build an electronic device using the wonders of electricity. On either side, we could send a ping signal ultrasonically. Measure the distance time it comes back, then we'll know if the cars are too close. There could be 2 lights, one in on the left and one in on the right, and green in the middle. That means you're a good safe distance. But what I really want to know is, why are we both talking with southern accents?
Good question.
If we have the ping sensors that I know they actually stock at Radio Shack, and you also buy them online, they look like 2 little headlights, or like Wall-E's head from that movie, which was also called Wall-E. And we could get a pair of those. And what those do is they send out a audible ping. So then we ping it off a surface, and then we measure how long it takes to get back in microseconds. And then we also do that on the left. So we would just rig those up, and then we would hook them up to a tape measure and figure out, what microsecond return rate tells us how many inches it is. Then we do a mathematical computation so that we know where 46 inches is, and anything under that number, we sound an alarm. So in between it, we can have a box like this, which could have our battery or chargeable batteries or whatever, and there could be 3 lights on it. Left warning light, right warning light, center good green light. So if we get too close here or here, these lights will flash, and we could use some really bright LEDs so it's even visible during the day. And the green one will turn on once you're back to good, which I think was a Hootie and the Blowfish song. So once you clear, once you've got enough space on you, this will turn back on, but then it'll turn off after a while. And then there could be a power switch here, or maybe it could be run off a generator. Well, I knew that they had these parallax ping sensors at Radio Shack, so I went and grabbed a couple. So this is kind of like Sonar. It sends inaudible audio source out and then bounces back, and it times how long it takes to hear itself, basically. So I think with a pair of these, we can probably make our sensor work pretty good. So I'm going to plug it into this propeller dev board here, and we will wire it up and just, you know, see this thing work for starters, and then we'll go from there. All right, the program is running. The sensor is blinking, I guess. I wonder if that light indicates its frequency. But on the terminal here, we can see it's giving us a reading. So the City of Madison recommends 3 feet, but we're thinking 3 foot from the bike handles itself, not the center of the bike. So what we'll do is we'll take the width of the bike, 22 inches, divide by 2, 11, add that to 36. So our minimum distance should be 47 inches from the center. Although the unit's gonna have a little bit of width, so probably gonna say like 45 inches. We need to think about the logic of this, you know, what's the processor gonna be thinking when it's trying to decide if it's going to warn you or not. So let's say anything above, right now it's reading 77 inches, which is 6 foot 5 inches. But anything below 47 or 45, I mean, it's gonna set off the alarm. So this is a car. This would be okay. See how that's 47? So yeah, proof of concept works. One thing that's different is I've got this running on a parallax propeller board. I actually want to use an Arduino board, so I'm going to have to rewrite this code for the Arduino, but it shouldn't be a big deal. Okay, I'm going to hook this up to this Agilent handheld scope and look at the signal. See how you can see the width of the beams, and we can actually see it change. See that? We can see it being affected by the distance. Okay, I've still got it hooked up to the parallax breadboard, but now I've got the program running on the Arduino, and I rewrote the code. Basically, I just ripped it off from how the propeller worked and rewrote it for Arduino. All right, we have 2 bike generators here to try. Okay, since it's going to be a generator slash battery powered device, we need to figure out how much power this is drawing. So I've got a battery pack here, and I've got the multimeter hooked up in series with the current, so we can put this in series, which will start the program. Now it's booting up. Now if we look at the screen on the multimeter, we'll see how much current we're drawing. Once the ping sensor starts, okay, about 1/10 of an amp. So it's not too bad. As long as we're under 500 milliamps, we should be okay. The next test is we're going to hook this microcontroller up to the generator and just have it blink an LED to see if the generator gives us enough current to run. Alyson, you must use your bike ability to test this.
I will do that.
All right, so you're gonna be looking for the LED to blink, okay?
Sounds good.
Not yet? Uh-oh. Ah! Most of you probably know what an operating system is, but for those of you who are new to electronics, an operating system is software consisting of programs and data that run a computer's basic functions. You may also have heard of kernels. Kernels are even more basic components of an operating system. A kernel may process the sound or continually stream video to your VGA display. They are integral and inseparable from the operating system. Embedded systems, like the microcontrollers we use for our pinball machines in our show, also need operating systems, and one very popular option is from Micrium. Micrium is a global leader for real-time operating systems and stacks for embedded systems. Our sponsor, Element 14, has tons of information including projects, books, and test software for Micrium, which you can find at element14.com/node. Element 14 is a great source for everything electronics. It includes the Node, which is an intelligent online search and knowledge tool, which helps you select the best products to make your project with from start to finish. Now, back to the show. Okay, I'm having better luck with this battery pack. So I put a switch on it so we can turn it on and off, but it should still charge without the switch. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have Alyson try charging this up and see if we can get an appreciable charge or an increase of voltage on this, which will show us that it's being charged. So right now it is at, come on, 5.1034. Okay, I had our exerciseaholic camera person, Alyson, go run this on her bike for a while, and the voltage increased, so I think we're good to go. All right, I've got these, not millicandle, 6.5 candle LEDs. It's pretty bright, probably too bright. We don't want to cause bicycle accidents. So what I'll probably do is hook this up to the pulse width modulation output of the Arduino. That way we can alter the brightness of it by, ramping up the pulse width and modulating it. Pulse width modulation. Okay, so I've made this shield for the chip kit Arduino. It has the 3 lights on it, the 2 warning lights and the good light. It's got the ping sensor on either side. It's got the bridge rectifier. Yeah, so this should be pretty much its own self-contained package. We can make it as small as possible so it fit on the front of the bike and not be intrusive. We could actually put it in a photo cell so if it knew that you're riding around at night, it doesn't blink the lights as brightly. I'm gonna add a photo sensor here so we can detect the amount of ambient light and then control how bright the lights are. So yes, the Arduino chip kit is pretty handy in this situation. All right, so for a test, we're going to hook this up to Alyson's bike so she can ride home and see if it works and also see if it holds a charge. So we're just gonna jerry-rig this up to her bike as best we can. But as you can see the bright red LEDs, you can certainly see them in the sunlight. All right, ready to test it out. We're gonna use this building as an example. Alyson's going to get too close to the building. The right-hand red light will light up and then she'll steer left to get it green again, okay? Go! Oh no, too close to the building! Get clear, get clear! Oh good, everything's safe now. Okay, so now it's the next day. Alyson drove home with this and came back. And she reported that the sensors and the blinking worked and helped her stay away from cars. But the charger didn't seem to really help the battery much. So it adds resistance anyway to your bike when you're driving. So I think maybe I'll just run it off batteries. This is a simpler solution for now. Okay, I've got it built into one self-contained compact battery-powered cartridge type thing. So let's figure out where to put it with an enclosure. I think if we put it right about here, you can see it with your eyes, obviously, and then we have a pretty good clear shot for the sensors. I think that'll work. Unless you're going past some really low convertibles, you should still hit something on the car and get a signal back. And I need a haircut badly. I drew up the case in the computer. I think it'll work out all right. So now we're going to put it on the router and cut it out and assemble it and build it. All right, I got these side pieces here. I didn't have all the same color cinch, so this is going to be the Panda machine. But here's for the sensors, and they just kind of snap in place. And then this will bolt onto here and be the little device. There, that's perfectly done. And there's a switch right here and the light sensor here. Okay, I changed it to blink. See, that way it gets your attention a little bit better. And if both of them are on, it blinks quickly. Yes. Definitely getting a reading here, Peter. No human would stack books like this. So we attach it to the bike using these zip ties, and I'm kind of surprised it actually pretty much stays up without a back post. So I guess we'll just do it like this. So I'm going to screw it together and then we'll take it outside and do a final example of it working.
Ben done fixed up the bike. Let's give this thing a test. Whoa, between two objects, not safe. Ah, not good. Oh, there we go. Far enough away.
Look, at that speed, we'll be able to pull out in time.
I did it!